All right, everybody. Ooh, I feel like. All right, I feel like that's better.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Hot Cocoa TV.
Yeah. So today we just wanted to come back with
Another relationship-related topic.
Yeah. So today's topic is closure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's start it off.
So
Is closure necessary?
okay. What do you really need closure for? Because at the end of the day, the person, if they were really like a horrible person to you, like that's all the closure that you need. Like you don't need to try and, hold on to something or ask them, like, because at the end of the day, are they gonna give you the answer that you really wanted?
No, then you're gonna end up like hurt big.
Yeah, exactly. Girl just breaks my heart.
Yeah, but you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
So there's only so much sympathy I can give.
But here's the thing. I was talking to one of my coworkers about closure because she recently broke up with her boyfriend. I don't know what to call him boyfriend, but guy she was seeing. And he, like, she wants to get closure really badly, and our other coworker was like, yeah, you should go get it. Like you need to talk to him and find out, because like if it hadn't been for my current boyfriend coming to get closure with me, we wouldn't be together right now or whatever. Yeah, but and so, but then like I've thought about it, and like I have looked for closure with all of my unanswered question boyfriend. Actually, no, not all of them, but my last one. Like we had to have like a really like hard conversation, and it wasn't. If it hadn't been for that conversation, I wouldn't have been okay with our breaking up. Because it showed me the type of person that he wasn't the type of person that I was.
I think that sometimes it's necessary, but for the most part, no. In some instances, I find that people tend to reach out for closure because they don't want to let go. And it's not really closure. It's
an attempt to get them back.
Exactly. Because now you're trying to figure out, oh, where did I go wrong?
What can I do to fix it?
Exactly. Or like, let's say you want advice going forward. Like, I want to know what I did wrong in our relationship to make you behave the way that you did. I personally, at some point, you have to grieve the loss of the person in your life, and you have to literally keep it pushing. Because like when you look back, all you're doing is halting your progress. And if they've done you dirty, and even if they haven't done you dirty, like what's the point of why do you need to go bring all that stuff right back up just for you to relive and re-feel all the feelings that you felt, the isolation and all of that? Like, why do you want to know their mindset? It's pretty self-explanatory. They didn't care enough.
Sometimes. But sometimes there's other things, right? Like sometimes like I've gone to, like I've talked about this before on our channel, but like sometimes I've gone to somebody that I used to talk to, or like I used to be in a relationship with, to ask them like, what was it about me? Like, did I do something that I didn't see in myself? Like was there a character flaw that I'm too like blinded by to see it, that I need to fix, so that when I go into my next relationship, I'm not bringing all that baggage into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I think it sometimes is necessary for like a process of self-healing and a process of like self-reflection and like bettering yourself. But in terms of like finding out what went wrong in your relationship, like in terms of like why didn't we work, or why can't we get back together, you're never going to be satisfied with that answer unless they've given you clear indications that they want to get back with you. And then even still, you could be just reading into it.
Question then, which is, why do I forget things?
Second question was, are there different?
Yeah, are there different types of closures? Like,
are there different types of closure?
I guess in a sense, to what everything is like on a scale. It depends, it's all very personal. So it's like, how much closure do you need? Do you need a complete run through of your relationship?
From top to bottom.
From top to bottom. Do you need to know?
Months.
Yeah. Do you need to understand a specific event or that person's thought process? Now, asking questions isn't necessarily cool. Well, you know what? That's true. It is. It can be. So like.
But it can't. Sometimes there's some situations where it won't be.
Yeah, well, I think no matter what, you're seeking you're asking questions you don't want the answers to. But you think you want the answers because you assume that they're going to think like you and tell you what you want to hear. But then when you actually hear what they were thinking in that time, you're not going to like what they have to say. I know I wouldn't. And I have. It's not to say like I haven't done it. And that's how I've learned to like, whatever is done. X out. Like, I'm going to have to grieve you in my life. And like, but I'm the type of person that's very cut or dry. Like, there's no middle ground. It's either you're in my life or you're not. I don't really like having lingering people in my life. There was a time where I thought it was necessary for me to go and talk to the person about, okay, so did I get any straight answers? No. When push comes to shove, it's fight or flight. Most people will either fight you and defend their behavior, or they will clam up and not say anything or lie. I'm going to make sure that I am okay without you. And I'm gonna do it without your help because you've done enough to screw me over. I don't want to be screwed up even more knowing exactly what your thought process was. Sometimes when you open up Pandora's box, you get what's inside of Pandora's box. I don't want that. I'd like to keep it simple and keep it moving.
I think the best way to avoid having to even have a closure conversation is when you end things with somebody, to end it properly. To tell them all the reasons why things aren't working out, to tell them all the reasons why even if things get fixed, you just can't do it anymore. Why you did what you did, why what they do hurts you, and just like have it all out in one conversation. Don't linger it out for a week. Don't linger it out for a couple of months.
Don't even do it for years.
Don't even do it for days. Just do it all in that one moment that you have to break up with the person. So they have no questions and you have no questions, and it's just done.
I agree. Like 100% I agree. Like, you started or what that person did to you, you don't need their help to end it. Unless if there was some like literally unsolved mystery. But this doesn't look like Scooby-Doo to me. So I don't see why. You know what I mean?
No, I think in times where I've really wanted closure, I think part of me is hope that the reason why things ended was because it was like a misunderstanding, and that once we have that conversation, I'll clear the air, and then like we'll get back together kind of thing. Or he'll clear the air. And
there's always, okay, when people get closure, it's always like there's a secondary motive. It's either the attention, you want to get back together, or, you know, you want to just, you know, one up on the person.
You want to just like let him in, and you didn't, like, you felt like you got like sidelined the first time, so you want to just like, cuss him out.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? And that brings us to our final question. Is closure necessary for you specifically?
I think the older, it's dependent on the situation. Until I became an adult, so like past 18, I always was the one that initiated the breakups. So I never really thought I needed closure. Like, I was just like, what was it? Closure's for the people that get dumped. It's not for people who dump. It's true. Really felt like I needed closure because I was just like so confused. I was just like, how is this even happening? Like, I thought things were going really well. Like, I know, like, and so I thought I needed closure for them, and I kind of did. I think that it helped in some ways, but in other ways, it kind of just like hurt me again. So I can see the benefits and the problems with it. But going forward, I don't think that I'm gonna go for closure. Like, I don't see the point in it, because at the end of the day, like, you already know the answers in your heart.
It's true. For me personally, I don't think it's necessary. Just because I know myself at nearing the end of a relationship, because there's always a sense where you kind of know when the end is. Whether or not you expect it to end, but there's a feeling that you get when you can tell that there's trouble ahead. And in those times, I usually ask all the questions that I need to ask. I will probably, in my self-reflection, because like there's no way that you can go through a relationship and not think about what happened. So in those times, I will probably find the faults in the relationship and get closure out of that. I think the more people focus on themselves, the better. in that aspect, because there's nothing that another person can say to you to make you feel any better or worse. It has to come from internal. So on that note, you let us know what you think. Chime in our conversation down below, and we'll catch you guys in another video. But don't forget to comment,
like,
subscribe, join the Cocoa Pod, and share. So yeah, until next time, guys.
See you later.
Bye.